Hello, Swivel Heads. This is Greg Allison with Green Greg's Garden and Worm Farm, coming to you on the 20th, of course, of February, 2021. Time on deck, 1700
Hello,
hours.
Swivel Heads.
Oops.
This is Greg Allison.
Gotta mute that. Pardon me. We're going to go live here in just a second, and I'm going to have to type into the chat room so y'all can start chatting. I know how that goes. So for those that haven't subscribed to my channel and not using my live sessions are just nothing but a chance for us to be a community and chat amongst each other. But tonight I am making an exception to the special topic. Normally I would do this as a recorded video and then upload it later, but it's so late I just decided to go live with it. A departure from my normal operating mode for special topic video. And tonight what we're going to be talking about is the roots of this power problem with Texas and the extent of the Arctic outage and a little bit of space weather. But I'm going to go to a website first before it goes into a commercial and interrupts us with sound, because I need to close this out real fast. So we're going to do is share, and give me a second. We're going to go to this one website because I got to show y'all something before this goes nutty on me again. This website wants to pop up with commercials constantly, even though you shut it off, right? So hang on, guys. Here we go. I just want y'all to see that. What I'm trying to open. Where are we at here? There we are. Guys, look at this. This is in Saudi Arabia. These are camels. Let me see if I can close this down. Open this up a bit. Guys, check this out. I think I got to mute the sound here. I keep muting this stuff and it keeps coming back with sound because I don't want to be hit for copyright on some music playing here. Watch this, guys. Now, of course, you know, there is fair play if you're using comment. You know, if you use something for comment or educational purposes, the copyright is exempt. But still, if the music plays, they seem to get somewhat out of bend on that, guys. So check this out. This is Saudi Arabia. Check these camels out, guys. Aren't they a little bit confused? This is just not something that they're really super accustomed to in this area of the world, probably. But at least they're hunkered down. Hello. All right, so cute, right? Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Looks like they got a bathtub out there. Check that out. Ain't that something? Well, there you go, folks. I don't know how many of you saw that. How many people we got live with us here? Just so I can get back over here on my session. Oh, we got 34 watching. All right, very good. So y'all saw the camels. What do you think about that? Hang on, I'm going to exit this here. I'm going to come back to these websites here again in a minute. I'm going to close this one because it's going to go into a mode. Yeah, I got nested videos here because I'm showing this video. Give me a second. I'm going to go back to the camels and kill that before that website pops up and starts making a lot of racket on us, which we don't want that. Yeah, by the way, this is where you go to download documents from ERCOT if you want to load hourly load data. Unfortunately, they're all zip files. And I haven't paid the latest zip. I'm going to close that. Okay, we'll talk weather here in a minute. Well, you know what? We might as well just go ahead and do it since we're in the site. Might as well just go ahead and do it. So, you've heard me talk a lot about the grand solar minimum. And you've heard other channels talk about global warming, and you've heard me talk about how with our current situation, with our lower magnetic field that we're having right now, that leads to and induces having a more serpentine jet stream. As your jet stream gets more serpentine, a lot of times you get hotter weather up north, like up here, and colder weather south. But this time, this seems to be a little bit more than just a serpentine jet stream. Also, there's been another channel that I'm pretty fond of, a guy from this part of the world right there, who has a prepper channel, who's attributed the serpentine jet stream to global warming. I don't know how you get there from here, because warming, if there's less difference in heat, from up here to down here, you got less fuel, less voltage, less differential pressure, you know, in physics to drive a system. So you should have less velocity, and if it is more serpentine, it shouldn't be as consequential. So that don't really add up too well to me. You know, as an electrical engineer, voltage equals resistance times current. And so if you want current, you divide the voltage by the resistance, the voltage being on top being the driving character. Well, yeah, that works in any system, not just electricity. It's a matter of physics and fluid flow pressure of one system. Pressure is a driving thing. Temperature differentials, all these are where you get a gradient. We talk about physics, where you get fields that are stronger over here than down here. You have a gradient, and the slope of the field is the gradient. And the slope of it's determined essentially by the resistivity of the system it's in. So, you know, if you didn't have any resistance, you know, it would be straight across. So that's the way it goes in real life and in physics. So you can apply that to any kind of system, be it voltage or anything else. Well, so, you know, I'm just talking physics here and electrical engineering analogies for talking about what's going on with the climate. I am an electrical engineer, by the way. So the deal here is that I'm expecting, we do have the serpentine jet stream, but there's more to it than that. That's what I'm going to get here. Look, it's still cold, even though we're getting some relief, especially down where I'm at. We got above freezing today, and it was above freezing yesterday. It's now below freezing again, but we still have a lot of snow on the ground here in North Alabama where I'm at. I'm right above that bend of that Tennessee River. I'm north of the Tennessee River in Alabama. Most of the Tennessee Valley is in Alabama, by the way. Something a lot of people don't know. So this shows you, now a lot of people think when you get a vortex, that means that all the cold air falls off the pole. Well, look here, we have a big cold mass right here at the North Pole almost. It's not much displaced. And as cold as we've had it, look in Siberia. Holy smoke, all the way through Siberia and down across into Russia and over here in the Muscovite territory. The Muscovites Russia's had record snow. And those camels I showed you were in Saudi Arabia. Now it's kind of gotten a little less intense in Saudi Arabia now, but I'll show you some snow in the capital city of Amman of Jordan in a little bit. Of course, the Himalayas, we expect the Himalayas to be cold because we got such elevation there. And it's still cold in Antarctica, by the way. Don't let anybody fool you about that. It's still really brutal cold right there. You see that deep purple? I mean, that's all the way over. That's like way over here on the left side of the scale. That's to the end of the scale. That is brutal cold. Antarctica is that way. But right next to it is the hottest continent on Earth right now, is where our friend Amanda Bee's from. I'll check her chat sessions a little bit. I don't know, she might be in here now. Pacific is kind of warm down here in the lower parts. Yeah, the middle of the tropical area is still, you know, fairly warm. Not too bad. But Australia, woo-wee, it's hot there. Amanda was teasing us about being cold the other day. I know she's been facetious. But just look at the extent of the cold up here in the Northern Hemisphere. This is no joke, guys. This is a massive extent, and this is not just due to some little serpentine jet stream. This goes a little bit beyond that. So I just wanted to point that out to you. That this is some really serious cold. It's taken a lot of area, and it's dipped down into these areas and created a lot of cold. We've had snow in the Sahara Desert and other places too. So just to give you the map of the United States, this is what we're seeing right now. These are current temperatures. It's 32 freezing in Atlanta, 28 over here in Memphis. I think where I'm at, it's probably about 27 right now. You see it's a little redder coming out, a little darker blue coming over here out of the southern Appalachians, a little stream up going over this way. I'm located, about where the index finger is right now. I'm right up here to the state line almost. So pretty close to where my index finger there was a minute ago. I can get it back up here again. I'm really right up on this, almost, I'm 8 miles south of the state line there. I'm almost in Tennessee. So it's kind of oddly warm though off the coast of the Atlantic here. And right up, you got a warm spot. That's a strange looking warm spot right there. Why is it so warm right there in that one spot? It's not as warm south of there. What is going on here? Is there something going on in the ocean underneath? Why would it be so warm right there when it's cool south of it, relatively speaking? I don't know. I don't know, maybe the colors are a little off on this. Let's see, what's the color code we got going here on this thing? Yeah, that kind of looks like 40s. If I'm reading this right. No, KT, what is that? Units. Okay. Yeah, that's not temperature, guys. That's not temperature. I have to go back and check that later. That may be pressure. That's probably pressure. You got a kink here. You got a kink here. Yeah, that's pressures or something. I have to go back and double check these units on this app. I've not been using this app too much. Sometimes you got to go in and set things too. So let's go over, look at, while we're here, I'll take you guys back to, this is Amman, Jordan, on the 18th of February. Yeah, Jordan. You know, last year we had snow in Israel and Saudi Arabia last year too. So imagine all that. We're going to go now to space weather. Now, before we do that, let's talk about Texas. Let's talk about Texas. In fact, I'm going to get out of this share. Hey, hello. Let's get out of this share and let's go over and look at another share here, guys. You know, when you need energy, this don't help. There's nothing about that that helps. And you know what? If you get that on solar panels, just think about how long it took me to clean off my greenhouse the other night. One, you get enough snow, you could damage those things, but I imagine they're pretty sturdy. However, it may take you a little time to get all that snow off all these solar panels. That's a lot of solar panel. So, you know, you can expect solar might have a problem when covered with snow. Now, if you got your own solar panels at home, you can clean them off pretty rapidly. But if you got acres of them, trying to generate power for a city, guys, that could be a challenge. Tell me there's no challenge to that. I know somebody, oh, Greg, it's nothing. But some people are so much a fan of one energy system or another, which I don't think anybody should be on any particular system. Everything's got its advantages and disadvantages. But in terms of reliability and cold weather, hey, it's not there, guys. But we all know, really and truly, this is what happened in Texas right here. This is the story of what happened with their energy supply. You see green, this is wind. The wind was doing great, providing a big chunk of the power in Texas. This is the Texas Power Organization. This is a map 100%. This is the 100%. This doesn't tell you what the actual production levels was. This is as a percentage of production. And this is, you know, walking through each day up to the 16th. And what you can see is we had a huge shift here on about the 9th, I guess, because what happened, wind energy dropped about 0 and got a little bit here, and it dropped about 0 here again. It got really challenged. So what happened is the natural gas came in to fill up the difference. What's also interesting is, as a percentage, your hydropower decreased and your coal decreased. Let's see, hydro, coal. This is nuclear. Okay, never mind. This is nuclear. There's not hydro. You don't hardly see it on this map. It's just a little blue line in here. All right. So that's nuclear. Nuclear and coal both also decreased. And that was probably because of equipment problems at those plants. So I've been telling you, there's a combination of things, all the holes with Swiss cheese lined up. It's not any one thing, because I showed y'all a letter last time where ERCOT had wrote the Department of Energy requesting alleviation so they could burn more coal and natural gas, knowing this was coming at them. And apparently that didn't get approved in time, and they ran into problems. But even with our nuclear plants and our coal plants, they had issues. Now, they tried to make up all the capacity with natural gas, but natural gas also dropped off. It wasn't able to keep the surge going very long because probably they had equipment problems, maintenance problems, and also pressure on the gas lines might have been an issue, as more and more people also were using their natural gas systems and tapping those lines. So when I talk about pressure, voltage equals current times resistance. Your system pipe, the pipes in the system, the walls, the pipes will give you, and whatever the gas has got to flow through, the resistance in the system. But as the pressure goes down, the current's going to go down if the resistance is the same. You know, it's like, again, pressure in the system it drives it all. So if you want to know what your flow capacity is, the current, you divide the voltage by the resistance. Resistance being set, so if the pressure's dropping, your current's going to drop, which means your gas flow rate in this case. So that equation also applies to any system, really. You just have to switch terms, is what you call it. So the natural gas spiked way high. The wind went to 0. Solar was, spotted. Solar wasn't very strong all along. They had a pretty good little bit there, but it probably didn't do so well right over in here somewhere. But yeah, it was. Solar was, this is the daytime. Solar does well in the daytime. Bing, 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 bing. It works in the daytime, but you see it dropped off a lot right here. Maybe they got there and cleaned off some stuff. You can see right there where it really drops. So solar dropped, wind dropped. So again, they were short 38,000 megawatts of power, as I relayed to you the other day, and 30,000 megawatts of power that wasn't available was from supposedly natural gas and coal. So this isn't the total megawatts. This is percent of the total produced. This is what this graph gives you here. So there were some issues in the other. So it was maintenance in part. But then again, what I tell you, the electrical companies try to hide where they're at and what they can provide, and they're not doing their job and taking care of the people. This is what I push for when I push for power grid defense, is to make sure that we don't run into this situation. But a lot of people want more and more of this. They want to switch us over entirely to this, and we're just not ready, guys. We're not there yet. And they tell us, they talk about global warming being the reason. Well, they might have other reasons. Check out our friend here. Hang on. What do you think about our friend here? Our little friend. I mean, shouldn't some little teenage girl be the absolute expert that we all go to for information on this? See, they use her for emotional appeal. That's why they turn to her. She can get on there and cry and condemn all the world leaders, and they have to listen to her supposedly, but she is the global expert in all things for power generation and global warming. She tells us to listen to the scientists. I actually do. I've got 2 climatological research scientists in my own backyard here. They work for the same university that I got my bachelor's in engineering in, bachelor's BSE, and that is University of Alabama in Huntsville. And they are Dr. Roy Spencer and Dr. John Christie. I think John Christie may have just retired. But Roy Spencer, he was the one that convinced me that global warming just wasn't the answer. No, actually, it was Spencer. Did I say Christie? Well, I've spoken quite a bit to both of these individuals. So anyway, I will stop the share on the pictures. Hey, hello. We're going to go back. I want to check the messages a little bit. I'm going to go back to the websites here, guys. I'm not going to make this a long video tonight. Let's go back to the web. So we'll walk through all this, then we'll talk. Let's go back to, we want to do space weather next. Yeah. Let's see, we went to Texas. Yeah, I'll show you one more thing from Texas. This is from Zero Hedge. This is their pointers on this. Pardon all the little ads that pop up in here. You never know what's going to pop up in their crazy ads. Try CBD. Oh, there's something interesting on a t-shirt. I don't know what. Nobody needs a. Oh, it's a question mark. Okay, it wasn't a statement. Good. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if we're selling what they're selling that at. All right. So this shows you here what happened again. This is the wind drop. It had a drop, went from here to bing, bing. You can see it right there. This is the natural gas, but natural gas also had a drop, which wasn't in the chart I had. You see it spiked up, but it also fell down. So the total output dropped. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't able to maintain the surge, and probably that could have been maintenance in the systems. So I won't go through all this ad. I just wanted to show y'all that. And let's close that down. These websites go nutty. These websites go nutty. I'm closing them both down. This is a more reliable website. It's not going to give you a lot of junk. So is this one. This is spaceweather.com, one of our favorite go-to places for a lot of things in space weather. You can see there's actually a couple of, they're only showing one here. There's actually a couple of active regions on the sun right now. I'll show you those in a minute. Sunspot number 12. That's what we're looking at now. So we do have a active sunspot region. This tells you, you know, how many times you have sunspots or blank, you know, areas, times you don't have sunspots. This gives you also, they give you a prediction here on their forecast for the percentage of getting a Class M or Class X solar flare, and their default seems to be 1%. They never seem to go under 1%. I think that's kind of odd, because I think sometimes it is under 1%. Again, here's the potential upcoming. Of course, this is already past tense and not updated. Recent and upcoming Earth asteroid encounters. And notice they're always seeing more stuff that's past us, but these are always the smaller objects, as I mentioned in a previous video. And that's because there's a lot of stuff we haven't found yet. And a lot of times we find it when it's whizzing by, and then we add it to the chart. Fortunately, those are usually the smaller ones, which are the hardest to see. Usually. There could be an exception. The exceptions could be a problem. It's been estimated there's over 2,000 of these NEOs, near Earth or objects, that could whack into us. But it just so happens that there might actually be around 4,000 of them. So we are still in the discovery mode, my friends, still in discovery mode. Now, what you see here, this column here is mist distance, and LD is lunar distance. Most times when you go to a lot of these other like jet propulsion laboratories, they give them to you in AUs, astronomical units, which is the distance from the Earth to the sun. A lunar distance is about 250,000 miles, okay? And what you see here is there's really, from the rest of this month on down to the 5th of March, there's nothing to be too concerned, well, on down past there. There's nothing that's really too concerning. We got some little light pinks, but nothing is coming close to us that we know of. I'll rephrase that we know of. And so, you know, this is a whopper here. This is a, see, these units are in meters, guys. 1,000 meters would be an excessively bad day on Earth. Now, that's only missed us by 7.7 lunar distances. And this is not Apophis, by the way. This might be more interesting than Apophis. But it's still, that's a pretty good miss. Oh, wait a minute, 5.3. I hit the wrong one. It's 5.3 here. That's 1,024 meters. Something a kilometer large would destroy a continent. It would wreck our weather, and probably civilization would not survive the impact of something this big. There would still probably be some humans, but there would be nothing that looks like civilization as we know it, because most humans would perish, and the few that was left behind would be in a stone age. How many of you are prepared to live in a stone age? How many know how to nap flint? You better be thinking about it. We'll take a look at this puppy, guys. We'll take a look at this puppy right here. This is asteroid 2001 FO 32 or 231937. Now, they're not giving it any real impact probability on us. But we can come down here and look at the orbit diagram. You kind of know which one needs to hit. This don't have a very good orbit diagram. Here we go. We can kind of step through this thing. I'll catch a screenshot. You can see it's right here. It's coming at us. It's showing the solar system obliquely. Here's Earth. And you can see the dates. If you want to watch the dates, I click through, it's down here. So we're up to March the 1st. You see that? March the 1st. And it's giving universal time down there, which is Greenwich Mean Time. Is another word, or Zulu time. You can see we're getting kind of close to it there. But it sits right ahead of us. It looks like maybe, yeah, it looks almost like a collision on this chart. But it's 5.3 lunar distances. 5.3 lunar distances, which means it's you know, it's over 1.25 million miles away. Probably about 140,000. I mean, let's see. I'd say probably about 1,300,000–400,000 miles away. I could do the math on it, but I'm just, you know, swagging it. It's far enough away, I don't mind swagging it. But you know, that's a fair size asteroid, and it's coming through. Now here's what's interesting. What's the approach date? What's closest? It's closest on, okay, that's 23rd. It's like on the 23rd. Well, actually the 22nd of March. So right at the beginning of spring, 22nd of March, this guy's passing close. I don't know if we'd be able to see that with binoculars or what. That might be something to check out. Some people are talking about being able to see Apophis, and I think they can see Apophis on this next pass. I don't know about that because it's going to be so far away. We'll go to Apophis here in a moment. Hang on. In fact, let's do that now. Bang. Here we go. Already pulled it up. This is the closest Apophis is going to be to us. That's Apophis, which is 2004 MN N3 actually, or 99942, like Antichrist upside down, and 42, the answer to all things, and the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. Isn't that a weird number for an asteroid? So, but on this pass, at this time, the distance to Earth is going to be over 1/10 of an astronomical unit. And so an astronomical unit, like I said, it's 93 million miles. So you take, this is actually over 1/10. So it's going to be over 9, almost, between 9 and 10 million miles away. It's going to be a long distance from Earth. So the chances of it impacting us on this pass coming up. Now, this is the 5th of March. So on the 5th of March, it's going to come in kind of close for a body of its size. This is a huge asteroid, guys. But this asteroid is going to come back to see us again, and it's going to be coming in underneath our geosynchronous satellites. So that's going to be the 13th of April, Friday the 13th of 2029. That's when you want to pay attention to this guy. The chance of it hitting us in, it's been deemed to be still pretty low, but not as low as it was because its orbit is actually decaying a lot faster than they thought it was. So this would be something to keep an eye on. There's a certain keyhole region of space. If it were to pass through, it would have a better chance of hitting us when it comes back again, I believe in 2036. So there you go. That is not inconsequential. So we'll close that one. And we're going to try to get, yeah, it's just a general Neil update window. And, oh, that's me going through our stuff here. Oops, we don't look at that. So, yeah, I'll go back here. Yeah, this is where I'm going to go to sun. It's not as hard to find. Problem is when I'm on Zoom, the Zoom tab, every time I reach up to hit the tab on my search engine, Zoom tab lowers down and covers it. It makes it hard. I'm having to hit and miss on the corner things sometimes. So that's what's going on in the sun. Like I said, there's 2 active regions. The one's coming around at us and the other is out in the field rotating out of view right here. And you can see the sun in various different frequencies here from different cameras, different fields. See, it says 2 active regions here. You can do a flare forecast, flare predictions from and they're giving you, this is the one active region we're looking at is 12,803. That's 12,802 over here. And I think 12 is the number of sunspot this year. I don't know. That's also 12 though. As I saw on one chart says we had 12. Let's see here. But we're not predicting this is actually throwing out some, I believe, B-class flares. Let's see what if we can get that coming up on us today. Let's see, MX. Yeah. So let's go in coronal. That's not telling us a lot here. As we go through and really read all this. It's not, we don't have any high forecast. That's what you can get from this. And you can get that from the space weather site we just went to. So I'm aggravated because I can't hardly tap on things thanks to coronal holes. Let's do that. Let's look at coronal holes, guys. Yeah, we got some pretty good coronal hole regions. And we get solar wind out of those. Not the only source of solar wind, but they definitely spit it out. All right, well, we're going to end this. I think we've pretty much looked at everything I want to show you online. Yeah, we'll stop share. Hey, hello. All right, guys, I'm going to go look and see what you guys are telling me, what you're saying, what you're chatting. And we're gonna get out here in a little bit. I can't do a late night or I don't even had dinner yet. I've been in kind of I had to go today to look for tax forms for 1099 and the miscellaneous form. I couldn't find it anywhere around here, anywhere. And that's an issue for me. So let me go up and see what everybody's having to say. We got 131 in the room. That's awesome. We only got 60 thumbs up, guys. I need help with my algorithms. My channel is being challenged quite a bit right now. So all the help with algorithms I can get is really important. So if y'all can give me some more thumbs up, that would help me out, please, guys. So all right, we got stop, look, and listen. Are you in Alabama? Cool. Or you just saying, or just observe that I'm in Alabama. Stop, listen, think. I said it wrong. Okay. Eric. Hello, Eric. Retired commentator. The 4 gas-fired generators are in my front yard. They went completely dead. Ooh, even the clearance lights were off. Wow. So there was power out at the power generation site. Well, darn, guys. That says a lot. Was it maintenance issues? I wonder what it was. There you go. I don't, that's what I said. Maintenance issues are a big part of what's going on here. And these power companies just aren't keeping up things. They're not spending the money they should be doing. And they cover it up. And they pay millions of dollars for lobbyists to cover this stuff up and get out of doing things that they ought to be doing in the first place. It's a darn shame they spend so much money in lobbying for that kind of stuff. My good buddy, Mike Mabee, has got filed several Freedom of Information Act lawsuits against NERC and FERC at the federal level on that. There's still plenty to be done also with the, this is his book. Mike Mabee wrote this civil defense book. Great guy. I've had him on channel a couple of times. We'll get him back. And, good guy. He's been at both of my power grid defense conferences. As y'all know, I've chaired 2 of those. So power grid defense is near and dear to me. And so let's see what other people got to say here. Tricks are due, kids. Randy, you saw my video where I walked out the greenhouse with the rabbits, and my rabbit was being a little funny. So I made a comment, silly rabbit. And then I said, tricks are for kids. That was being kind of silly. So, all right. Maybe Subaru car company is already using VisV motors in some of their cars. Just makes sense. Elon would invest or buy that company. Arnold Schmidt. Every homemaker should now realize and putting trust and responsibility in the government is a foolish decision. Right. Amen. Hey, I said Golf Grid. My phone had a sense of humor. Okay, Brandy. Yeah, guys, I've been kind of, after I got back from trying to find those forums, I kind of hit a zombie mode today. I've been learning to sleep deprived here for several weeks, and it's starting to catch up to me some. I'm talking about phones being awful here. Richard Bell, they can set up the defrost system in those panels. Yeah, they could, but they don't. See, it's just, hey, look, helicopters. Helicopter blades have heaters built into, at least the military ones do. I know I've dealt with the Apache helicopters, the Black Hawk helicopters. I worked on that a little bit. They had heater units in those Black Hawk helicopter blades just to defrost them. Now there may be if you get too much freezing rain coming at you once, it probably can't keep up with it. But yeah, you got a power generator. It's a generator. Why can't a generator not be able to put current through its veins? And a certain, they could do that. Absolutely, it's within the engineering capacity, but they didn't do it. Why? Because it costs a little extra money. Just like a lot of other maintenance things, just like hardening our grid. It all falls in the same spec. There's a lot of things that could be done if they would do it, but there's nobody telling them they got to do it. They know they might ought to do it. They know there's times things will be down. But you know what? This just shows that power companies they don't care about the people. They care about their pennies. Pennies, not people. Pounds, not people. However you want to look at it. If you're in Britain, it's pounds, right? Vicky, I went through one area today where I could smell natural gas in the air. Ooh, that's not good. They add a scent to the natural gas so you can smell that stuff. But that no good. Solar farm going up in my area, 2,000 acres were covered. Wow. 10 miles from me. Wow, Eric, that's huge. Well, you might get a contract being the snow sweeper. Hey, can I have a contract to sweep the panels off when it snows? Arnold Smith, start designing your own home's requirements to survive 2 months of this type of weather. Amen, Arnold. Stop. Yeah. So, hey, be sure you get the food, guys. Be sure you got enough food to get you through the winter. You know, go to prepwithgreg.com and check out my specials, 20% off for the 4-week or 2-week supply of food. You get it in those big buckets I'm showing you all the time. And most of all, remember, above all, guys, it's planting season almost. And it's time you get your seeds right now. Start getting them. Get them while you can. In fact, you can set out some things already, you know, and put them in pots in the greenhouse or windowsills, or, you know, you can get things started. Chris, hello, Chris, Sunlightner. All right, Clay, Tamitha. It's amazing for space weather. Yeah, she is. I'm not going to try to compete with her. Yeah, I wouldn't try to compete with her at all. She's good. She's great. Here be dragons. Richard Bell Jr. sometimes likes Rain-X. Might work too. Okay. Yeah, there's stuff you can put on. It should be heaters. That stuff. A lot easier than trying to apply something. A lot more debris coming out of space in recent years. Isn't that amazing? Well, you know what? We're seeing it more. I don't know if there's any more. I think we're just seeing it more now. And we've got more detectors up. So we're looking for it now. We didn't used to have things out there specifically looking for. A lot of us in the space community pushed and lobbied to get more monitors on space to look for these asteroids. And we've been successful. And so we're seeing a lot more now. And we've cataloged a lot more now. I mean, when we started that, the number of people at NASA and the different agencies that were actually trying to monitor asteroids were smaller than a hamburger joint staff. Actually, less people than the cook staff in a hamburger joint. Forget the waitresses. It was only just you know, a handful of people, not even a full hand. All right. So let's see. Hey, Sweeps, how you doing? Wake up a call. Wake up. What, a wake up call? Yeah, okay. Duh. Tell you guys, I'm not hitting on all cylinders tonight. So my reading may not be 100%. The only snow I saw today had been shoveled into piles. Okay, so y'all melting pretty good there. Some of the yards and fields have melted out. We still have some fields up here and pastures that have snow covering them, but it's a lot of the snow's dropped out. The ice has dropped out of the trees. We're still some in this evening. I expect tomorrow that'll be gone. I expect all the snow, except for what's in the woods, probably melt off tomorrow. There'll probably still be snow behind my house in my woods for another day or two. I could live in the stoner age, says Sweeps. The stoner. I don't know much stoners. Meet George Jetson. How about Flintstones? There we go. Yes, wind power generation is cool, but technically expensive to maintain. There you go. So why have we chosen this path and what decisions have we made? Yeah, that's a good question. Josh Family Garden, there's a good reason people lived underground for hundreds of years. Oh, look, guys, I really had planned to do yesterday a video on the magnetosphere, and it's going to cover people living underground when I do that, because we had a huge drop 42,000 years ago in our magnetic field, and it caused havoc on Earth. That's what's come out. Maybe why we no longer have Neanderthals, because they died out at the same time this happened, along with a lot of other megafauna. Of course, the last megafauna extinction was during the Younger Dryas, about 11,500 years ago. But that was due perhaps to an impact. But this huge thing 42,000 years ago was devastating. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about red ochre people. I had a ton of websites open, ready to talk to you guys about that, and I suddenly realized last night it was like almost 10 o'clock, you know, and I had to run get fuel, and I had to run get something, groceries. I was running out of time. When I got back from all that, I realized I wouldn't have time enough to post it, so I went live last night instead. And what happened is that my computer reset this morning. I had a ton of websites open, ready to roll to show you guys on that. And I had written up my notes on it. So I always write notes too about things I want to cover. Where'd I put them? That's another thing. Once I don't do something, the notes start to get lost. I got a bunch of notes. See, I'll make my own little hand notes too, talking points, just so I don't get lost, and I can keep somewhat focused when I go through some of these presentations. Most channel guys do that. They'll make up some kind of little notes, and just kind of the high points of what I wanted to talk. And some of them just reminders. Like, hey, talk about how the seafloor is spreading out from places like the North Atlantic Ridge, and it spreads out at a steady rate. And you can look at the crystallization and the polarization of the iron oxide atoms in it, in the crystals. And from that, you can determine where the poles were over time as these separation points in the ocean, like the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, spread apart. So there's a lot of things you can look at in the rock that will tell you these things. So I just see that. See, I know what to say. That just reminds me to say it. Sometimes I'll do that, and I'll put a little arrow. It tells me, well, it's going down, that's going up, rather than write it all. Because sometimes you can't read. I can't read these things hardly when I'm talking. All I do is like glance at it. So it's just like a prompt or a reminder. Occasionally I will read a quote. Sometimes I will write a quote on these. Sometimes I will try to read a quote directly off the website that's up in front of me. Just kind of let you know how I run these things. So, but I had everything lined up. I had all the sites open, and so I had a whole screen of sites open, and my computer crashed last night. So I got to go back and cherry pick all that again. I thought I might do that video tonight, and I realized again I wasn't going to have time to produce that video. So I decided I'd just go live and talk about this stuff in Texas instead, and kind of space weather. So my apologies. I still want to do that video. I'll probably do it for tomorrow night, hopefully. I was wiped out. I was a zonk tonight. I just couldn't pull it off. And I've just recovered. I brewed a pot of coffee, and I kind of zonked before I even dove into it. Comet Inky supposed to hit Earth in 2334. Well, there's some people think it'll be, might do that. But I don't think it's supposed to. Yeah, there's another asteroid that could hit us, in 28, the 2800s. So this one's going to have a real close probability. But it doesn't say that it will happen. There's nothing we don't have any definite. There's nothing on the charts right now that we know definitely it's going to hit us that I'm aware of. But there will be some close calls. That don't mean that something won't. The thing is, as these comets and asteroids go around over time, they get perturbed by the orbits of other planets, by the light pressure from the sun. A comet can outgas, or it can shed a piece, and the orbits can change. That's where you got to watch out. Just based on the current orbits, we're not seeing anything that's too alarming right now, but that could change anytime. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of these things we haven't found yet too. We're looking. Well, hopefully we found most of the big ones, but we're still looking and making new discoveries. In Vegas, we got all the wind. I hate wind. Yeah. Giant caulk machine. Correct. Someone turn the gas off. Who was it? Well, like I said, I showed y'all in my last session on this topic, the letter that ERCOT sent to the Energy Regulatory Commission of Council of Texas, sent to the Department of Energy, requesting leniency or to be waived some of their emission standards so that they could open up their coal and gas plants. So apparently that didn't take place. So that was kind of shutting things off, wasn't it? So there's several things. Maybe Greta had her thumb on the switch. No, you can't do this. You put carbon in the air. So it's Brandy, I'm ready, but it was like a marathon. Oh, what are you ready for? All right, well, what's going on here? Marathon. Now I've been getting. We came here for this. It's snow time, show time. Okay, Brandy. All right. Yeah, Brandy was emailing me some music today, and so was Sweeps. Both of them sending me music to listen to. I gotta wake up, guys. Mercury retrograde is over. Well, I hope that means something good. So, what else we got here? Going down through. So I haven't caught up. I think I'm not even halfway down the chat list here. Here be dragons, you think? See, I think they'd be freaking out over something. That's why they in a rush to go here and there. Stop, look, listen. Stop, listen, think, says. Pardon me, I need to read it. Need your name, right? I do need to stop, listen, and think. Magnetic shields are weak and wandering. Yeah, they're getting weaker. So that's going to be a subject of a video. Something we got to really be prepared for. Something that may force us to grow more stuff indoors. You know, our good friend David Devine tells us we have to grow indoors because it's getting colder. Well, it may be the answer. We have to grow indoors because we may get a lot more UV light coming in. So I'll be talking about that hopefully tomorrow night. So hang on, guys. Be on the lookout for me to come out with that video. Well, look out for it. So it is written that he knows the name of every star. Well, yeah, I'll tell you, Nate, he created them all, or whatever he wants to call them. So, all right, stop, listen, think, says, no, I'm in Indiana, not Alabama. I like the way you say Alabama. Alabama, Alabama, we will be true to thee. Alabama, Alabama. Yeah. I talk fast for a southerner, don't I? So I got the twang, but it comes at you quick. Bang, 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 bang. A twang with a bang, 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 bang. That's what I talk. Twang with a bang, bang, bang. Hey, I can make a song out of that. I speak with a twang, with a bang, bang, bang. I know I got my own little thing. Do some rap. Some southern rap. Gorgeous Awesome's in the house. Hello. Hey, I got you. I always got this song, Gorgeous Awesome, and my Woden's Wand of Wonders is always close by. Always ready. Should we need it? Mutton Chop. Hey, Mutton Chop, how you doing? Here be Drags, but Greg has crystal ball. Yeah, there we go. I have to take a look into it, right? And Vicky's laughing at sweeps. All right. So what you say? Corn Pop is a bad dude, but Snap Crackling Pop are serial killers. Okay. We got our jokes going tonight. All right. Very good, sweeps. All right, Cassandra. All right. So I'm glad you guys are joking. That's good. Vicky, I wonder if the resistance to harden the grid is sloth or deliberate sabotage. Ooh, there's a good question. That's a good question. And that's the ultimate way to get us down to that low population on the Georgia Guidestones. I don't know. Was it Texas under some legislation restrictions for the power company? Yeah, I showed you guys that in a previous video. I had the files open. I don't know if I can find them. I think I downloaded them. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I downloaded the letter from ERCOT to the Department of Energy. It was on when I showed it to you from the Department of Energy website. But I do typically download files like that to my EMP directory on my computer hard drive. And I got a technical subdirectory if I can find it. Give me a moment. One moment, please. And what Lily Tomlin used to say on Laugh In should be on her. You know, she was the what do you call it? The ladies used to be on the phone. She called operator. Gosh, it's been so long since phones had operators. I'm forgetting. She was supposedly the operator for the telephone and Gordon Martin's Laugh In, and she'd pick up the phone. She'd, one momentum, please. And she'd always count 1, 2, 3. I don't know. She had a way of counting. I don't know if you guys remember the Laugh In. It's getting some cobwebs in my head. It's been 60s, you know. It's been a little while ago, guys. 60s or a little while ago. Some of you might have a hard time remembering that. All right, give me a second. I still got to find it. Some of you may not even get some of my jokes when I say something like one memento, please. All right. Where's it at? I got to find it. Give me a second. I got a lot of directories in here. I'm running my mouth more than I'm talking. No, I'm running my mouth more than my fingers are walking. I think I found it. I get it open. I'll do a share. It's a big file. Oh, come on. Open up. Show me all that garbage. Computer's running slow tonight. Hope it don't crash on me. Got so much stuff open. Yeah, I'd hate for crashing in the middle of the video. All right. Man, why's that look so goofy? All right, guys, hang on. I'll come back to my screen here. All right, I can do a share from this screen. All right, and here it is. This is the PDF that I downloaded. Last time I showed you this, I showed it to you from the website, but I did download it. This is from ERCOT. Of course, as you know, it's the Electrical Reliability Council of Texas. And it's to Department of Energy, Honorable David, I say even to Acting Secretary of Energy. Anytime you write letters, these guys, you got to call them the Honorable or Honorable Senator, Honorable Representative, even though this guy writing is a CEO of the who is it? Bill Magnus, okay. President and Chief Executive Officer of ERCOT wrote this letter. It's funny, even though they talk all this news, and he's been grilled on the news on Fox News up, you don't bring this up because I guess this is like something you don't want to talk about. They didn't bring this up at all. You don't want to say it suggests that maybe the green machine is stepping on us here. But he cites their own regs here and say, hey, pursuant to all this stuff in accordance with the regs here. And then he's citing the forecast here. Forecast to drop well below the lowest temperatures experienced in several decades, and abnormally low temperatures expected to persist for several more days. This weather event will impact the entire ERCOT region and is expected to result in record winter electricity demand that will exceed even ERCOT's most extreme seasonal load forecast. So they knew they were going to be challenged. So what he did here was he asked them for relief. Relief requested. So they asked for relief against the emission restrictions that they're on. Let's see, impact permit restrictions of emissions for sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, mercury, carbon monoxide, and all that good happy stuff for the various production facilities. And they even go in here to go to a lot of their production facilities. Up here, he says this isn't the whole list, but this is a pretty extensive list of production units that he's seeking relief from. Stop that share. Bada bing, bada bang. Hey, hello. So there you are. That's kind of what he was looking for. So that's real, guys. I mean, that was part of it. Like I said in my other video on this topic, this is the holes in the Swiss cheese lining up and causing some issues. So, like I said, Greta must have had her thumb on the switch. Like our friend, Retardo commentators said, I think he was the one who said that one of the plants didn't even have any lights on. Everything was shut off there at an energy production plant. So imagine that, guys. Hang on, guys. I'm hitting the wrong screen. I want to go back and see the chat room. All right. So, hey, gorgeous, awesome. Feel free to put your your Etsy site in here. Gorgeous Awesome makes beautiful jewelry, beautiful stuff. Hey, I'll give them a plug. They gave me this. They do beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. They have real crystal chandeliers, real crystals, and these little things you can walk through to go into your room, with copper and crystals. My gosh, guys, that stuff is beautiful. Hey, Judy, how are you doing? Judy Dallas here. John Baxter loves wormy. Waiting for a witness. Yeah, says it's for real. Yeah, that's right. And it can get even more real. It can get worse, guys. We've had a couple warning wake-up calls, like the bug going around. I think in my humble opinion, we've overreacted. It's bad, but is it bad enough when the case fatality rate is at most 1% to shut down an entire economy, to run, tens of thousands, almost 100,000 businesses out of business? You know, there's far worse bugs out there that maybe come to visit us, and that's probably worth a video too coming up. And in time, you know, we can expect to get these, you know, other pandemics, some really severe ones. That's not what we're facing now. This one's been good enough for them to evoke all kind of control measures on us. And with having those control measures on us, once they've got those, they want to go to the next step. That's what the World Economic Forum is claiming with the Great Reset. Oh, we got this. Now we got this. We can go ahead and take care of the energy stuff, the carbon, you know, to prevent global warming. Well, hey, I'm up here for global warming. All right. Vicky's still in Texas, friends. She's starting to move, but she's still there. Brandy, Wolfman. She's talking about Wolfman. Stand up for Yahweh says waiting for witnesses. And they spelled Yahweh, W-H-V-H. You know, in Hebrew, they didn't have vowels in their alphabet. They didn't use vowels, at least in their alphabet. And John Baxter, local organizations, local disaster support groups empower yourself, people. Exactly, John, exactly. If you've seen my video with Ambassador Hank Cooper, who was once the head of top-level Defense Department organization known as Strategic Defense Initiative Organization, which is Ronald Reagan's Star Wars program. Yeah, he was the head of the Star Wars program. And I've had him on my channel. And he's the man that's probably done more than anybody to get the grid hardened in his area in the Carolinas. And he tells you how to do it. Go back and see that video. And you're exactly right. That's how to go about it. So please find that. Pyramid, how you doing? Pyramid 7's in the house. Let's see. And here be dragons. I climbed up on my roof and held a flashlight on my solar panel. And it did absolutely nothing. I don't know if your flashlight's going to be very effective there, my friend. Was your solar panel covered with ice and snow? You need to get that off. Maybe the roof isn't the best place to have your solar panels. Might be a little harder to get up there and clean that off. You know, our good friend Ed up in Prepper Nurse One, he's got solar panels up in New York, but his are out in his yard. He can get his and knock the snow off easy. But then if you're in New York, upper state New York, that's where you want them. We can get to them real easy. So, Vicky, echo, not yet, but I'm on my way. There we go. I know Vicky listens to Prepper Nurse One. There's also what's the Prepper Nurse lady? There's two Prepper Nurse YouTube channels. The lady, man, she's pretty intense. She's good though. Prepper, what is her name? Channel name? Maybe it's be Prepper Nurse. No, it's something a little bit different. Yeah, you know, Tally, we just had the coolest, wettest summer here in Northwest Australia, preparing for warmer and wetter than average autumn. So your summer was coolest, wettest summer. So you had a cool summer, but you're looking for a warmer autumn. So why would you have a warmer autumn when you had a cool summer in Northwest Australia? So you're close to the, no, NSW, North, Southwest. Okay, I'm not following N and S together. NSW. All right, help me out with that, Tolly. NSW. North, south. Yeah, I'm not getting the N and the W together in the directional coordinate system. So help me out there, Tolly. Earthships is underground living. Yeah, kind of, sort of. I got a better concept I'm working up, guys. It's called I call it my universal habitat. And I've done a few videos on it, and you'll be seeing more from me on it. So you have to check it out. Chris, it's in Alaska. It's in South Alabama. Oh, I'm in South Alabama. Okay, I know you're in South Alabama, Brandy. What is in Alaska? I've been there before. I was dreaming about Alaska here a couple nights ago. Of course, kind of been reminded of Alaska lately out here walking around in the snow. I would love to pick your brain, Greg. Worked on aircraft in Birmingham at Hayes and Pimco. Have 40 hours flight time. Would love to work at the Arsenal and NASA. You love to work at the Arsenal and NASA. You worked on aircraft. Anthony Boatwright. Yeah, hey, name like Boatwright, you ought to be able to work on boats, right? Of course, that'd be boat, W-R-I-G-H-T, if you were a boat repairer. But you're an airplane repairer, so you should be airright. Just teasing, Anthony. Anthony, you can email me if you want to send me a resume. What's your background, Anthony? If you want to email me for resumes, let me know. I'll give you my email address, but you got to respond to me in here. So if I see you popping up here again in response to that, I'll give you my email. Well, for starters, just to play it safe, you can always email me at email me at hal5space@aol.com. I can give you a better email. I've got a NASA email. I don't need everybody emailing my NASA email. You got to get some sleep, take care of yourself. Yeah, I was zoned out here today. I got to go to bed tonight. Star Trek cruisers will be as common as cars today by 2334. Well, it may not exactly look like the Enterprise in Star Trek. All right, Vicky, you're right. Thank you. I got 150 in here now, and we got 124 thumbs up. So more thumbs up would help, guys. More thumbs up would definitely help. Gorgeous, awesome. Thank you, ice cream. Ice cream. Thank you for the link. Yeah, Gorgeous Awesome has beautiful stuff, guys. Just it is literally gorgeous and awesome. There's no other way around it. They do some wondrous work. Wondrous work. Woden knows wondrous work. Ellen story. Let's see. Not worse than a regular flu. No, it's not bad enough. It's not worse than a regular flu. Yeah, it is worse than regular flu, but it's not. I don't think it's up to what they go for. I mean, look, it killed my older brother, and my oldest brother got sick with it. And he's still having a hard time breathing, getting around. I've never seen anybody stay, they had challenges that long after getting over it. So yeah, it's Judy Dowell had it also. Judy can speak to it hit her hard. It nearly got Judy. I mean, we were praying for Judy early on. She was one of our earliest people that's had it in our group. So it's worse than the flu, but it's still I feel like shutting the whole country down for it is a big overreach. Now there could be stuff that you really want to shut down for. There are some bad bugs that can go around. There's one which causes brain swelling, and that's this particular disease. I may cover in a future video. It's what's the name of that? I got brain lock right now. Maybe my brain's swollen. No, not. It's got a gestation of like 4 months. You can have it and be spreading it and not even know you got it for, I think it's like 4 months. It's crazy. That stuff can spread like wildfire if it really takes on. So some stuff to watch out for. Hey, Bern from Texas. So we got Bern. What's up? What's up, Bern? Bern. All right. Gorgeous Awesome wants a joke. Hey, Sweeps threw a joke at us last night, or earlier here, I meant. All right, how about some jokes from some of you guys? All right, Gorgeous has got a germ here, a joke here, pardon me. If worms took over the earth, what would it be called? I got an answer to that one. Global warming. Patriot Nurse, there you go. Mr. Smith, you got it. That's one I was trying to think of. Patriot Nurse. Yeah, she's got a good channel. Prepper Princess. Is that a channel? Prepper Princess. Little Prepper Lady. Prepper Nurse 1. Okay, Judy. Little Prepper Lady. That's one I might check out. Prepper Princess. Now, I may have seen some of these channels, but there's a lot of channels out there. You must hydrate. Beer, my friend. Beer, don't forget, says Here Be Dragons. I'm drinking coffee right now. Beer put me to sleep. No, there's something. It's yeah, I know what you're saying. Meningitis. There's a whole nother disease out there. It's not really taking hold. So yeah, meningitis will spoil your brain too. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but we'll come to it later. Hey, I got finally down to the bottom of the page here. Good, caught up with you guys. All right, the mind is powerful. Belief, fear create proportions of reality. So that's why you got to talk to you guys about reality and the Solo Club and the power of prayer. Ice Cream Day. That's a heck of a good name, Ice Cream Day. And you got some letters there. Look like they're. Is that Indian? Is that Indian writing or is that Arabic? I can't really tell. So it's not, some of them aren't coming through. Looks more Indian from what I'm saying. I'm not sure. Ice cream day, what's that? What's your initial letters there? Judy, Vicky says Judy didn't say worms don't communicate. I said they don't talk. Tell a story I read that from the beginning from someone who had access to a gene reading microscope, whatever we call it. Oh yeah. So yeah, Ellen, what they got is they have various things for reading genes. And they use tools now that they can similar. They call CRISPR is one of them. And you might have, I don't know if you recall, but way back months ago, I had Dr. Paul Cottrell on here. He's currently a medical student. His PhD's in economics, but he is a medical student at Harvard, and he's in New York, and he studied the genome itself, and he came out and said just what you said, and he said it on his channel and my channel too. He's been a guest on my channel a number of times. In fact, I had him on just recently. So, and I've been a guest on his channel. So you can go check him out. Now that he brought that out several months ago. He definitely he pointed that out. Why is everyone spelling dyslexic? Sometimes I get so dyslexic, I'm less dixic. That's kind of backwards, right? So, you know, what does, let's see, what keeps an atheist up all night? What does an atheist contemplate all night? It keeps him pondering. What would a dyslexic atheist ponder? There's a good joke question. Arabic, okay. Says rain, should say rain in Arabic and mist in script. Yeah, it don't show up completely there in chat. Ice cream day. Yeah, I've got a lady that's helping me with my universal habitat concept. She's an architect. She's rendered some beautiful photographs. She is in Tunisia, Tunis, Tunisia, actually. Hey, Greg, hope all is well, says Stacy, still music and news. So thank you. Well, just trying to get out of my brain funk I was in. I had a brain funk spell today, this evening, kind of a zombie mode, just from being sleep deprived, I think. You days always, my friend in Maine. Will you explain from Maine? No, it's not Zika or encephalitis. Guys, you're going to maybe have to go look all this stuff up. So, you know. Give me a moment. I've got it somewhere. Maybe I can find it. So I think I do. All right, hang on. Give me a minute. I'll tell you about it. It's called NIPA. N-I-P-A-H. NIPA. It's called NIPA. I will open a website to it. We will share it here in a second. It's called NIPA. Hang on one minute, please. All right. How many of you were alive when Rowan and Martin laughed? How many of you can remember Rowan and Martin laughing? From watching it live, not from reruns. All right, here we go. Fears, brain swelling Nipah virus with up to 75% death rate may become next bug to go around. So there's a number of, there's like, I guess I got one of 16 priority pathogens. So there's 16 they're really worried about. This is one of them. Here they're carrying a man who's believed to have passed away from it. Yeah, look. Yeah, they're not just wearing face masks. You get something that bad, you don't just wear a face mask. You wear full protective, personal protective equipment gear. Yeah, so it jumped to farmers, let's see, from pigs in Malaysia in 1999. Malaysia in 1999, from pigs to farmers. So yeah, it comes from fruit bats. So those pigs, they ate mangoes or something. What was it? It says there they ate mangoes or something, and the pigs got infected from the bats. The bats, fruit bats, were eating the same thing. So their saliva was obvious in the fruit. It caught to the pigs. It caught to the people, and yeah, total of 260 little nanobugs. Trying to say words that's going to trigger things, have that potential there, guys. That's pretty bad. That's what they know of. That's the knowns. Yeah, so this is not a pretty thing. Yeah, this article is not too comprehensive on it, but what I've read somewhere says this thing, uh-oh, I fell out of it. How did that happen? Go back. Now this website's getting wonky on me here. But what I had read, maybe it's in here, is that this thing could be out there for like a person can incubate it for 4 weeks. Does that tell you here? Fruit bat. So I've read about this somewhere else too. Nipah. Yeah, this article don't tell you this, but what I read is that someone could be infected with this thing for like maybe even 4 months, walking around before they show symptoms, spreading it. That's a scary thing. That means you can spread it a long way before people can be infected and really spread this stuff. I don't know what the infection rate potential is, so that's the other thing. Hopefully it won't get too high. It's one thing to catch it from the animal. Human transmission is a little bit different thing. It's like the bird flu. There's been people catching it from chickens. People directly contact them, but having human transmission hasn't been a big thing with it. But of course, 2 labs in the world, one in the Netherlands and one in Indonesia, had to come up with and develop human transmissible bird flu. Bird flu has a 50% fatality rate. Why are people permitted on this planet to engineer this stuff in their labs? Labs do not have all that great and wonderful a record of keeping these things from accidentally escaping. Where did this last bug come from? There are things that are potentially far worse than what just went around, to include some of the weaponized versions of the smallpox. And they think that even regular smallpox would get people today because we're not so, it's been a long time since we've had it. And they think that even the shots that we had that supposed to immunize us from smallpox may not be effective now. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. All right, let me go back here and chat again. Vicky, when I get to retirement property, I intend to become a troglodyte. Long ago, Laughing Homestead remembers it. Judy loved it. Billy W. Berry, you can remember it. I loved Edith Ann, says Ellen's story. Okay, some of you guys remember it. Cyber Cat. Susie Q goes, what the? Arnold Schmidt, how you remember it too? Okay. I love Laughing, never missed it, says Trish. Okay. Goldie Hawn always acted stupid. Yeah, she was the belly dancer. Goldie Hawn was doing the little belly dancing thing, had a little tattoo. I always put some silly tattoo on her, or just, it wasn't really a tattoo. It was just like face paint, I guess they put on her belly. And, it was kind of silly stuff. They always had their little doors. Remember Tim Artie Johnson? Yeah, remember the little guy that used to ride his tricycle with the World War I German helmet on, the little spike sticking up, and he'd always fall over. Big, Laughing was replaced by Hee Haw, guys. Hee Haw took over that spot. I'm always fighting the bats for the fruit. Uh-oh, Dormouse. Dormouse would, right? Don't be eating after the bats, so if I catch something. I'll take dangerous freedom over safe slavery. Amen, Anton. Wear a kilt. Okay. Anton, wear a kilt. Big Bear, thanks, Dragon, Wolfman. It's been established long ago that Yahweh got the name Jesus out of a mistranslation between Latin and Greek languages. So Yeshua, right? Or are you going to say something different? GD. I remember Clara Bell speaking on the last Howdy. I'll tell you what, though, even if you refer to Jesus as Jesus or Yeshua, he knows who you're talking to. You pray to him, he knows you're talking to him. You know what they call him in Spanish? Jesus. We don't all say things the same way, guys. Every language has a different way of saying things. Ellen story, interesting but stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. You know, I didn't understand that when I first heard it, but then I met enough people that were really out there, and then it certainly started gravitating upon me. The wisdom in that crazy expression, stupid is as stupid does. Yeah, that's kind of an enigmatic, crazy expression. When you I actually saw Red Skelton live. Wow. You know, he was very entertaining, but somebody told me he was a 33-degree Mason. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't tell me that. I loved Red Skelton when I was a kid. Red Skelton. Of course, I remember when, I don't know if it broadcast all over the country or not, but I remember back in the early 60s, Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs had a live TV show. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I don't know, you know, some of those shows, like, I don't know if they were broadcast nationwide or not, because that was kind of bluegrass, and I don't know if the whole nation had a taste for that, so I don't know if that carried everywhere, but definitely. It pays to be stupid, just not much. There you go. Red Skelton was my favorite Ellen story. Yeah. Susie Q goes, really? Okay, she remembers. Here be James. Alligators are unhappy because they all have all those teeth and no toothbrush. Well, how would you like to have the job of being a gator dentist? God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy, says Arnold. During the Carter years, that was, yeah, Hee Haw came out before Carter was president, by the way. He came up before him. Foggy Mountain Breakdown. That's right, Susie Q. There you go. Foggy Mountain Breakdown. That was one of her favorite tunes. Like that, and Orange Blossom Special. Anybody know the Orange Blossom Special? Yeah, my grandpa watched all that. I saw as a kid. Flatt and Scruggs, you know, of course they did a lot of the music for the Beverly Hillbillies show too. Tommy Wooten, yeah, awesome time you're speaking of. It sure was. Sure was. Wolfman Jack. Yep, I could have been. You could have been. Yep, I imagine he could have been Jimmy Carter. Oh, okay. I thought you said you imagine he could have been. I imagine he could have been Jimmy. Who would have been Jimmy Carter? Jimmy Carter's still alive. Jonathan Winters. All right, Carter's oldest living president. I did a video actually from the steps of his high school, guys, and I showed there in Plains, Georgia. They've got a statue of a peanut with a big smile on it, because when he ran for president, his trademark was a big smile. He had a big toothy smile. So they had a big peanut statue outside of the gas station there in Plains, Georgia, with a big goofy smile on it. Foggy Mountain Breakdown is my ringtone. There you go. I used to have as a ringtone, what do you call it? Oh shoot, I'm getting brain like, guys. I do it all the time. I play the tune all the time, kind of, sort of. I can't even think of the name of it now. It's a theme tune to Long Ranger. What's that name of that tune? It's classical music. It's gosh, guys, I'm getting brain lock bad tonight. I can't believe I can't think of that. It's Will and Tell Overture. I missed it. Midnight Special was great. There you go. Jesus, somehow I knocked the show backwards, and I was like Greg repeating himself tonight. Groundhog Day, yeah. There you go, guys. I'll give you a little entertainment tonight. How about that? I never saw back from the guy who worked aircraft in Birmingham. If you're still online, just email me at hal5space@aol.com. HAL5SPACE@aol.com. Fishing Loves. Hey, Greg and everyone. So what did I miss about the origin in Texas? Carter was the only one who did not get a letter, a Papa Bush funeral. Yeah, who knows what those meant, though. Yeah, but, he's definitely a globalist, Carter was. I mean, he was Christian, supposedly. He was definitely a globalist. I mean, he had Zbigniew Brzezinski as his national security advisor. He was a founding member of the Trilateralist Commission with David Rockefeller. So, yeah, the Lone Ranger. William Tell Overture. I was getting brain locked tonight. It's late, and like I said, I've been in zombie mode today, so I'm still trying to recover. That's right, Trish. William Tell Overture. If I Were the Devil. Yeah. If I Were the Devil, there was a good program on that by Paul Harvey, and our good friend Ransom on his channel played that at the end of one of his videos. So if I were the devil, and he was going through all the stuff that he said in there, but he played it in a slow-mo and it kind of morphed the voice. He does that kind of stuff so he can play things that would otherwise be copyright. And nobody knew what it was. I came and said, does anybody know who this is? Nobody was listening to you. And I said, Paul Harvey. Of course, Ransom knew. That was funny. It was Paul Harvey. If I Were the Devil. Basically, Paul Harvey was, tell all these things I would do if I were the devil. They're all things that are being done today. It's kind of scary if you listen back to that. It's very prophetic, but it was already in progress starting then. Boy, it's really ramped up. I love Paul Harvey. And now you know the rest of the story. He'd always end with that. Yeah, Paul Harvey was great. I've been hearing my iron butterfly in my head for 3 days now. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I like smoke on the water, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Watching W.C. Fields. Ma and Paul Kettle. Now there's an old one. Ma and Paul Kettle. Yeah. Guy goes, all right. John, let me go back. We got a joke here. Guy goes into a store and orders a dozen bees. Clerk brings him a box of 13 bees. He says, there are 13 bees in here. And the clerk says, yep, the 13th bee is a freebie. Okay. Let's see. Aliens and Angels. Paul Harvey, a hero to North Dakota. Yeah. A Pale White Horse by Bill Cooper. Okay. And Jason. Hey, Jason, how you doing, fellow wizard? I remember that If I Were a Devil broadcast. Yeah, wasn't that something? The monologue, If I Were a Devil, is still available today on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to morph it the way I got to get some recording equipment like Ransom has. He takes stuff and he morphs it around so he can replay it. That was good. He did a good one on that. He's got have a lot of subscribers on his channel. I might want to check it out. He plays some music and he throws in some video and has some fun with it. Behold, a pale horse. Yes. We got a pale horse in the house. Do you remember The Shadow? Oh, yeah. Love the Jackie Gleason Variety Show. How about, I always thought we should name a lunar probe Alice. If we're sending a probe to the moon, we should name it Alice. And why would I say that? Now, we never named one Alice. But I really always thought we should name a lunar probe Alice. Why? There's the question. Why should we name a lunar probe Alice? I was supposed to be in the Garden of Eden. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. I learned something tonight. Yeah, Paul Kettle would always say, I'm going to do that one of these days. That's a good phrase. If you drink fluorinated water, the fluoridation fits into the iodine receptors and blocks them until iodine can flush out. Yep. Iodine keeps you well. Yeah, fluorine don't. Fluorine calcifies your pineal gland too, by the way. Brandy got it. All right. Jason, there was a shadow and other plays. Yeah, we're on the radio. Sure. Brandy got it. Brandy got it. Yeah, it wasn't Alice Cooper. Brandy got it. To the moon. Pow! To the moon, Alice. and the Honeymooners. Jackie Gleason played. He was a bus driver, and he had his wife was named Alice, and he would always say, "One of these days," and he go, "Pow! To the moon, Alice." Like he's going to knock her to the moon. The Honeymooners, yeah, that's right, Cassandra. To the Honeymooners. Now that's an old oldie. The Honeymooners. That's an old oldie. And if y'all might remember back in the old Bugs Bunny Day cartoons, the old cartoons that they were making back in the time, they would parody a lot of the shows and stars back there. They parodied the Honeymooners quite a bit in a number of the cartoons that used to be on the day. The Hanna-Barbera cartoons, Bugs Bunny cartoons, Ralph. Yeah, it was Ralph. I calcified mine myself, said retarded commentator. Yeah, okay. That's easy to do. All you gotta do is drink the water. Watched as a kid. Pow, right in the kisser, yeah. There's also pow to the moon, Alice. So that's why I always thought we should name the lunar probe Alice. See, a lot of people wouldn't get that. Honeymooners in black and white. That's right. Art Carney and Jack Gleason. They did make a good duo, but they were definitely copied in a lot of cartoons. The Flintstones, says Mr. Smith. Ralph Cramden. Was that his last name? Is that what he went by in the show? I don't remember. I do remember. Pow to the Looney Tunes. I love Looney Tunes, guys. Vicious and Lowe's. He would be canceled today. Yeah, that's right. A lot of stuff was on TV back then. They wouldn't tolerate today. They'd cancel those series. Absolutely. They don't even, they won't even replay a lot of the cartoons because those cartoons aren't politically correct, So a lot of the cartoons would not be allowed today. I think Bugs Bunny was too violent, Elmer Fudd, but really it was so fake. But a lot of the stuff they play, it's got violence and undertones of violence and dark undertones, a lot of these cartoons and stuff. So really, I mean, that's okay, but this isn't. Just jump with all these dark undertones is okay. I don't know. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Just cause somebody wrapped a pipe around somebody's head in Looney Tunes and it fit the person's head and it come off, or they smashed their head flat and it popped back up. You knew that wasn't real. That made no sense. I Love Lucy, cancel. Wow. I Love Lucy, not politically correct today too. Jeez. The first show to have a married couple in bed was the Flintstones. Wow. They were advanced, huh? Think of the vile movies now. No kidding, Susie Q. Jackie Gleason and Carney after Bugs on the Train. Remember that? So the Jetsons. Yeah, the Jetsons were a good cartoon. Meet George Jetson. Jane, his wife. Ding, 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 ding. His boy, Elroy. Ding, 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 ding. And on it goes. John's World. I'm a bus driver, and I had a pic of Jackie Gleason hanging out the driver's window of a bus as my favorite Facebook picture. Cool. I got a bus now. I ain't been a bus driver yet. Betty Boop was banned. The Flintstones smoked Winston's. Wow. Yeah, smoking used to be a regular thing on TV, didn't it? In the movies. Astro. I'll tell you something. Astro might have been in the future. So what was first? Astro or Scooby-Doo? Were Astro and Scooby-Doo the same dog? I mean, Scooby-Doo came after Astro, but was Astro the descendant of Scooby-Doo? I mean, it's like the same voice, the same way of attacking. Both Great Danes. So aren't Astro and Scooby-Doo connected? Come on, guys. What's the relation between Astro and Scooby-Doo? That's a question of the night. Well, it should have been our video. Spacely Sprockets. That's right. Our affectionately refer to our local space and rocket center as the Sprocket Center. Spacely Sprockets. Here be dragons. The Sprocket Center. It's easier than saying space and rocket, right? They actually took away Elmer Fudd's gun. Oh my gosh. Well, it's just a pop gun anyway, usually. Little popper corks in it. Dancing and singing frog. Oh yeah, the frog was great. The frog was great. Rut-row. Yeah, they both said rut-row. They spoke the same language. Ruth Roy, Roy, rut-row. The culture canceled mindset and the last remaining remnant of the area, and we are busy trying to cancel our lives. See, ain't that a shame? Isn't that a shame? There were time traveling doggies. Could be. Here be dragons. So you think they're the same dog? Scooby-Doo and Astro. Russians have a saying: you can be political or you can be correct. You cannot be both. Oh, very astute there, Mr. Toad. My grandparents raised tobacco all their lives. Yeah, I bet. A lot of people did. Astro was in the Jetsons. That's true. Astro was in the Jetsons. And Scooby-Doo had his own show. Yeah. We've always been big Monty Python flying circus fans. All right. All right. Susie Koo says, yes, it was. All right. Rut-row. Oh, that frog. You forgot Deermut, Dog Wonder, and Scooby-Dum. Yeah, you had some side characters in Scooby-Doo. Shaggy. There's a guy I went to college with, who's still a friend of mine today. In college, he looked just like Shaggy. I mean, he looked just like him. Kind of acted like him, too. But he was electrical. He got electrical engineering degree, but I always thought of Shaggy. Daffy Duck gets shot in the snout and it spins around. Yeah. Despicability. Okay. Despicable. Yeah. Despicable. Yeah. I always liked Daffy Duck a whole lot better than Donald Duck. Though Daffy Duck was funny. Donald Duck, not so much, but Donald Duck was funnier than Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse wasn't funny. I don't want Mickey Mouse as a comic strip. That wasn't funny. Good grief. Bugs Bunny, that whole Looney Tunes were funny, not Mickey Mouse. Meanwhile, says Smith, let's see. Yosemite Sam, oh yeah. Yosemite Sam. Whoa, mule, whoa. When I say whoa, I mean whoa. Archie Bunker would have caused riots. Yeah, we're just too sensitive these days. Too many snowflakes. Despicable. Yeah. All these characters, they had their own little favorite sayings. Wascally Wabbit. Elmer Fudd. Mighty Mouse. All right, Judy. And we had, what else? We had some of the other sayings. Porky Pig had his sayings. They all had their own way of speaking. Their own little words. All right, guys, we probably when Wile E. Coyote falls down the cliff and a rock moves back and falls on top of him, and he gets back up and tries again. Yeah, you got to give Wile E. Coyote credit. He always keeps trying. It's kind of funny. In the Roadrunner series, Wile E. Coyote never spoke a word. It holds signs up. Never spoke a word. But in Bugs Bunny, so he appeared in both with Bugs Bunny and with the Roadrunner. He spoke in Bugs Bunny. He was Wile E. Coyote Esquire. He had a business card. He was a mad scientist in Bugs Bunny. He created this big magnet pulling ships out of the ocean and everything else. So Wile E. Coyote spoke. He spoke very refined, mind you, in Bugs Bunny. Isn't that funny? So Wile E. Coyote appeared in a couple of places, but he Genius. Oh yeah, Genius. There you go. Wile E. Coyote Genius. Jason, of all events in history, the examples of when one group did not treat another well should never be forgotten. That's true, because when you forget history, you're prone to repeat it. See, maybe one reason they would like to erase history is so that we won't know what's coming at us, what they want to throw at us. I think that may be the biggest reason to erase it. Yeah, we've not been perfect, far from it. But show me a society that's actually been better, in terms of any big country. There's a good question. Clutch cargo. Yeah, Speed Racer, Racer X. What was that monkey's name? Shaggy says, like your bed, and says, like your bed is a shelf and you put your body on when you don't need to use it. That's a good one. Oh, Fred Sanford, Archie Bunker, and George Jetson. Yeah, get them all together. That'd be a heck of a show. Oh, yeah, Fred Sanford. Wheezy, Wheezy, I'm coming, Wheezy. Grab his heart like he's going to die of a heart attack. I like what I liked in the Sanford series. He'd always refer to somebody for something. He'd say that he'd look under the dictionary and there was their picture, like under stupid or something. He'd always refer to them as being in the dictionary. Underdog. There you go. Greg is the Professor Speed Racer. Foghorn Leghorn. I'll tell you, son. There you go. Foghorn Leghorn. I like him. Yeah. Boy, let me tell you. I say boy. Wily Cody demonstrated what happened when Rube Goldberg blackfires. Yeah, buddy, all the time. We have a lot of Rube Goldbergs in this world. Super chicken. All righty, guys. So we've had a little fun. Here comes Ethel. I'm coming, Ethel. Uh-oh. Ding. Ethel. Right, you got me thinking of a song now instead of Wheezy. That's who Sam was talking about. Ethel, that's my song. The Streak. Fishes and Lows. Oh my gosh. Underdog, not Thunderdog. Thunderdog might be another whole series, but Thor Dog. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yeah, that was an oldie. Pink Panther. All right. Was he saying Elizabeth? I always said Wheezy. Oh, Wheezy was, I got it. Yeah, that was from the Jeffersons. Okay, I'm getting them all mixed up here. I guess. It's late. Pinky and the Brain. Yeah, that was a whole lot later. My youngest daughter liked Pinky and the Brain. Travis goes, Mr. Allison. And they're clapping. Well, thank you, Travis Ann. All righty, guys, we've gone long here. We've cut up. We've been a little silly here at the end. Nothing wrong with that. Big Bear cartoon that I simply did not like was the Pink Panther. You didn't like the Pink Panther. Dead ant. And then he had a aardvark friend, right? The aardvark. Dead ant. Deputy Dog. Oh yeah. And who forgets Quick Draw McGraw? Missed the real cartoons. Yeah, the cartoons used to be funny. The Streak. Don't look, Ethel! That's right. That's right. Fred Sanford's wife was lived. All right, I got it. Yeah, I was off there a little bit. Never mind. Sanford and Son from the 1970s. That's right. Time for bed. Yeah, we need to go here. All right, everybody. Anybody have a prayer request? Beep, meet. It wasn't beep. It's like they said, meet. Never sounded like a beep to me. It sounded meet. That was an old cartoon. Yeah. Cat dog. Here be dragons. Anybody have a prayer request for tonight? We could pray for Granny Lana's granddaughter. The people in Texas has still got a lot of things they're going through. Quick Draw was Hanna-Barbera. Yeah. No Quick Draw. Slowpoke Rodriguez. And Ice Cream Day says, "Oh, thank you. Have a wonderful night. Much love to you all." For the members, yeah, you too. You too. You'll get it because I'm a chicken hawk. But Yogi, oh yeah, Yogi Bear. Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff back in the days. A lot of old good shows. Barney Fife. Yeah. Remember when their biggest criminal was Otis? He would come in and lock himself in the jail. They just keep a jail cell open for roads to come crawl in every night. So you can sleep it off. Yeah, that's the way it ought to be back in the day. Yep, pray for Texas. We'll do that. We'll pray for Texas. Say prayer for all the linemen people without power still. Yeah, those linemen are out in all kind of weather, taking a lot of risks getting these power grids back up, guys. That's a good point. We can pray for them, the people that still don't have power. Yeah, let's do a quick little prayer session. Mabee's world. Okay, let's do a quick little prayer session for Texas and the linemen. Pray for everybody. I almost said Aquarius and Granny Lana's granddaughter Kayla. We can say a prayer for her too. All right, we're going to have the truth. We're going to have a truth apocalypse. There we go. That'd be good. Okay, let's do a quick little prayer session here. All right, everybody. Woody Woodpecker. I thought if I'll put a hit, Pat. All right. Yeah, pray for the linemen, people in Texas. Those linemen are really putting it at risk, guys. They really were. Pray for my nephew, Liam. He's flying tomorrow. Okay, Swips, we'll do that. Liam, remember to lend me your prayers to go to bed tonight, folks. Uncle 96 is there in McAllen without electricity. He needs some prayers. Yeah. My friend up in Maine. Have a great night, everyone. Yeah, you're an hour ahead of me. 2 in the morning there. All right, folks, let's see here. Randy, I like to teach the world to sing. I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I don't know about Coke, though. Oh, Greg's Worms instead of Coke. I have to work on that, Brandy. That's a good idea. All right. All right. Glad you like the show, Rena. All righty, folks. Thank you so much. Mama Bear worries. Good. God bless you all. Much love. Thank you. We got 119 still in the room. And somebody give me a thumbs down. Wow. We got another thumbs down without any explanation. So if you give me a thumbs down, at least tell me what you don't like. Can't fix something if we don't know what it is. And maybe we wouldn't want to fix it no way. If 169 people disagree with it, we'd probably stay the course. But, you know, hey, it all depends. Marvin the Martian. Kablooey. All righty, folks. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Yeah, I'll try to get in bed for Speedy Gonzalez. Yep. Iba. What a great big worm colony. There you go. Troller, Greg. Might have been a troller. All righty, folks. Hope everybody does well. Have a good night, everyone. Wish you all the very best. And we got a Sunday coming up. I don't know if I'll be at the flea market tomorrow or not. I got stuff to do in the morning, so it's going to be very dependent whether I go to the flea market tomorrow or not. So hopefully I'll come out with that video tomorrow night on the magnetosphere. Unless something big breaking comes up, you know, I'll be doing a video on that. So with all that said, let me just switch over here. I got to come to my main screen here and get off my screen watching the chat session. Everyone, many blessings to all of you and your family. And may God look over you all. With all that, I'll say, have a good night and